To me, and I think that was the text message that scared Shannon Sharpe. When Shannon got that text message, when she said, after you put that big black
YouTube, Witty P dropping in one time. Shannon Sharpe, here in a little jam right now, dealing with the OnlyFans model, and not saying he won't get out the jam, if he was playing football, playing tight end, linebacker, jammed him at the line. Not saying he won't get off the jam and get into his route. We're a little jammed up right now. Shannon Sharpe, a little jammed up right now. And Dr. Umar, if you've been living under a rock, you don't know who Dr. Umar is. He's a black activist and also a psychologist. And he had to give his take on Shannon Sharpe and dealing with the snow bunny. He had to give his take. What was the drug-free campaign in the 80s and 90s? Just say no to drugs. That's how Dr. Umar is when it comes to the white snow bunnies. Just say no, especially if you're a black athlete, black entertainer, you got some money, you did well for yourself. Just say no. That's how Dr. Umar is. And he reveals the biggest mistakes that Shannon Sharpe made in his dealings with the OnlyFans model. So let's hear what Dr. Umar had to say, because we know he just say no, when it comes to the white snow bunny. So let's hear what he had to say in regards to the biggest mistake Shannon Sharpe made in dealings with his OnlyFans model, who was 19 when he met her. Check it out.
According to Gabriella Zuniga, she met Shannon Sharpe at a gym in Los Angeles approximately 2 years ago, 2023. Now, Shannon alleges that he tried to present her with an NDA, non-disclosure agreement, which every celebrity should require from anyone they engage with. Well, guess what, Art? She decides she's not going to sign the NDA. That right there was a warning to Shannon Sharpe that this 19-year-old, who you shouldn't be dating anyway because of her age, because of her race, you need to end this. If she don't want to sign an NDA dating a celebrity, you know what that means. That means if this doesn't go her way, she's going to expose you. And it appears that in Shannon's relationship with Gabriella, he wasn't taking care of her financially, Art. You're on First Take with Stephen A. Smith. You on ESPN. Fox used to be on Fox Sports, whatever the case may be. You got money. Why is your side piece, your jump off, why are you not taking care of her? He broke the first rule of being a player as a celebrity.
Let him cook.
You keep them happy so they don't destroy you. You keep them happy so they don't expose you. And he was not taking care of her financially. That was a big mistake. But she was okay with that, Art. Why? Because it appears that Gabriella allegedly was looking forward to having Shannon Sharpe's baby. She kept talking about getting pregnant. And then Uncle Shay Shay made another mistake, because he says to her in the text message, if I still F with you around my birthday, if I still F with you around my birthday, you can remove the IUD. So Art, he's having unprotected sex with a 19-year-old OnlyFans model. Illegal? No. Stupid? Yes. But here's where it gets even more critical, Art. By telling her she can remove her IUD, if you still messing with her around your birthday, you're giving her false hope. You're giving her false hope. You're giving her false hope. And what you're doing, Uncle Shannon Sharpe, is you're turning this from a transactional relationship with benefits, sex for cash, and you're turning this into a legitimate romance. When Shannon told her she can take out the IUD, which automatically implies it's okay for me to get pregnant now, you automatically led this woman into thinking she was going to have a long-term relationship with you that would involve a child. Now, you and I know, Art, that something psychologically and emotionally had to be wrong with her, because why is a 19-year-old OnlyFans snow bunny thinking she's going to get married to or have a baby with Shannon Sharpe? It don't make sense. Why would he give you a baby and have to walk around letting the world know I impregnated someone younger than my own daughters, almost old enough to be my granddaughter. He's not going to do that. For her to think he would tells you that she had the mind of a child. Wishful thinking, imaginary thinking, without a lot of common sense and logic. So let's go further.
He made a mistake way before all this.
This whole time she's telling Shannon,
I'm gonna talk about
I want this big black baby. She says, I always wanted a black baby. Now time out. Why does a 19-year-old snow bunny says she always wanted a black baby? You always wanted a black baby for what? Because you didn't want a black baby to raise it, because you're not black. Why would you want a black baby given the hell that black people suffer in this country? I believe she was trying to sweet talk him into the pregnancy. And then when she said, you better get used to it. She texted him, Art, and she said, you better get used to me, because once you put that big black baby in me, you ain't never getting rid of me. She said, you better get used to me, because after you put that big black baby in me, you ain't never getting rid of me. And I think that was the text message that scared Shannon Sharpe. When Shannon got that text message, when she said, after you put that big black baby in me, you ain't never getting rid of me, that's when he knew he was dealing with a psycho.
And I want to, point out that this interview came from The Art of Dialogue, who produces great content, and he always gets great interviews. That's where, this content came from Dr. Umar, The Art of Dialogue. You can see it on his Instagram, I believe. He puts out great content. He gets great interviews. And Shannon Sharpe made a mistake, in my opinion, way before this, his dealings with this OnlyFans model. Because Dr. Umar, he makes some great points. As far as, I don't agree with the fact that he say he wasn't paying his side piece and things like that, keep him happy. It shouldn't have never got to that point and that deep. Because Shannon Sharpe, retired NFL player, you got money, you actually became, I'm not going to say he became bigger off the field than on the field, because he's still a Hall of Famer on the field, but he damn near made more money off the field doing, doing a podcast and things like that. He made a big name. He'll put it like this, he's a Hall of Famer off the field as well, within the last 5 years for what he's been doing, with the podcast and interviews, things like that. So this came off as thirsty, really, because she probably looking at him like, he former NFL player, he got money, this and that. Why is he so desperate for me? Why does he want to keep me around? That's why I say he seemed thirsty, because you have fun with her, a couple flings, then you cut it loose. It should have never gotten in too deep where she wanted a big black baby from you. That's what she said. She shouldn't even been thinking in that way. That lets me know you were telling her things, or y'all were doing things, and you were giving her the impression that she was more than what she was. Simple as that. When all she was supposed to be was a fling you see once or twice every couple months, maybe out the month, and you keep it pushing. You're supposed to have a strong rotation, man. Real talk. You're supposed to have a strong rotation to where you can rotate these shit out. You only see it once, twice a month. You break them off, But they shouldn't feel like, oh, I'm counting on him or this or that. It should just feel like, oh, I can't wait to see you. It should always be like, I can't wait. Not where we, he got in too deep. That's my opinion. I think he got in too deep. He did. And she lined him up. You got in too deep. That's my opinion on it, if we want to be real. But we know Dr. Umar, just say no. Just say no to the snow bunnies. That's his way. That's his motto. And you won't get caught up. You won't get caught up like this, but it is what it is. I think Shannon Sharpe, he say this is a shakedown. We'll see if he can shake it off. We'll see if he can shake it off. He says it's a shakedown. So we'll see if he can shake it off, because he says he moves with integrity and things like that. But shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shit is shaky. Shit is shaky. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shit is shaky. Shit is shaky. Well, let me know what y'all think. I'm going to keep the fire coming, keep it rolling. Definitely want to, let y'all know what Dr. Umar felt about this, because he say, just say no, just say no to the snow bunny. Comment, like, subscribe, help us share the video, entertaining, hit that cat, that's what I do. We are.